of 12 shooting. Speights with 32. Have a night.
Now, back to Steiny and Guru on 95.7 The Game.
He finished 12 of 13?
Bad boy.
All right, we have the man, Marreese Speights, joining us right now. All guests on 95.7 The Game appear on the River Islands guest line. Isn't it time for you to discover the islands? River Islands in Lathrop. Marreese, that was against Philly. Do you remember?
Come on, man. You know I remember. No, I do. I remember.
Yeah, first of all, catch us up on what you've been doing. I know you're working for the University of South Florida, so you've always been a fan favorite here. So catch up, Warrior fans, on what you've been up to.
Man, I just been grinding. Like you said, man, I've been grinding. After I got done playing, I kind of started my own academy. After I got done with the academy for a couple of years, I got into coaching. Because I love being around the game. I love impacting and helping the younger generation. You know what I mean? With the blessing I was able to get from God, man, I just want to give my knowledge back to the younger generation and help them and be around it. So it's been a good 2 years of me coaching at college. It's fun. I learned a lot just being in it, been on the other side of the plan, so it's been fun.
Let me ask you this, and we're talking to Marreese Speights, NBA champion with the Golden State Warriors. One of the things that the Warrior fans have been saying for 3, 4, 5 years now is we need to stretch five. We got to get a big guy who can shoot from the perimeter. When in your career were you allowed to start shooting threes? You know what I mean? When did that really become a big part of your game and a big part of what the NBA became?
Honestly, man, it was when I was with the Warriors. Alvin Gentry was there with Coach Kerr when he first got there. And I always was a guy who shot lone twos. And now you look at the game, those is horrible shots, lone twos. But back then, those were good shots for big. So I used to always shoot those. And Alvin Gentry, I remember him telling me, Mo, you might want to take one more step back and start shooting threes. So they gave me confidence when I was out there with the Warriors with Coach Curry and Gentry and everybody else that, man, you can shoot them. If you're open, just shoot them. So honestly, it started out there.
Mo, let me ask you this about your former team. They made a trade, but up until the trade for Jimmy Butler, they were looking a little slow and unathletic, and I was on the mic with my partner here, a little concerned. But now they got action. But the one thing is, when you look at Dre, Jimmy Butler, and Steph, their age, they're not 21, and you know what it takes to get it done. Is that a big deal to you about what this Warrior team can do, or do you think they got action after the trade?
I'm going to say they got action because that was a good trade. And when you're getting older in the game, especially NBA with those guys, the core guys they have, it's all about coming together and running together instead of just being his show, my show, this show. Nah, you got to come more. You get more smart in the game. You get more knowledge of the game. So now Steph is relying on Jimmy, or Jimmy relying on Draymond, Draymond is relying on Moody. That's all it's really about, is really relying on each other at another level compared to think you kind of take over the game yourself.
Marreese Speights joining us on 95.7 The Game. Let me ask you this. So, the Warriors right now, Mo, are about 500, and they make a trade for Jimmy Butler, and your former teammate, Draymond Green, says, we're going to win the championship now. What? If you were his teammate or a fan, what do you think about Draymond just being so confident about that? Does it matter at all? What would you think if you were his teammate? Just how would you react to that?
Man, Draymond's just a real competitive guy, man. He understands the game a lot. And when he says certain things like that, you kind of got to take it serious because he's been around winning his whole career. He won. And you still got one of the deadliest players in the game and stuff. So, man, that's a scary team they get to the playoffs. It's a scary team, whoever they match up with. So, man, you kind of got to take it. For me, I'm taking it serious. He might have opportunity. Because what team is really separate themselves?
Hey, Mo, let me ask you what advice you would give young Jonathan Kuminga, who's been down with the serious ankle injury. He's due back here soon, but the team and their new teammate, Jimmy Butler, have gotten a head start. And we were kind of talking about how he comes back. Does he come off the bench? What advice would you give Kuminga to kind of gel and fit in? Because as a fan, I'm excited. Like, I don't care, it's going to work, but my partner's like, slow down. They got to acclimate him. What advice would you give young Kuminga?
And the advice I give Kuminga is, man, just figure it out. Like, you've been in the league, I forgot how many years, for like 4 or 5 years now, and he always figured it out. So this is nothing different. You just got a different player in your position that's going to probably take some of your minutes. But, hey, find out how can I be an asset to these guys. He's been a good job. He's been handling his situation the best way he could. It's just another – for me, I just tell him, like, yo, keep going. Just keep grinding everything.
The one thing I'm curious about is Steph, when you played with Steph Curry, you were a veteran in the league, but then you came and Steph hadn't really established himself yet in 13 or 14. But is it hard for a young player to find himself playing next to a guy like Steph Curry? I mean, is it hard or is it easy to play next to Steph Curry if you're a young player?
It just depends on how you look at it. But I think I say it's easier because he could take so much pressure off his shoulders, especially in the game.
Yeah.
He could go crazy. And you can learn so much from him. The way he works, the way he be a pro, the way he's a superstar, the way he carry himself, you can start to learn so much from him. So honestly, from a younger player like a Jordan Poole, he probably learned so much from stuff. And that's why he was able to be successful with the Warriors. So, man, it's about really paying attention to details with him and just watching him. So I think it'd be easy playing with him. I know it's easy playing with him.
Wow, I love it. Hey, Mo, this Sunday, the 23rd, the Warriors host the Mavericks, and your former teammate, Andre Iguodala, is getting his jersey retired. Can you talk just, what it was like playing with him and how happy you were when you heard the news?
And Iggy's been one of the first guys I met when I first got to the league at the NBA rookie transition camp. He spoke there, and me and him got in the same car and went back to Philly because we played together in Philly for 3.5 years. So I've been connected with Iggy since my beginning of my career, and then to be connected with him again with the Warriors, it was really come true because I know what kind of player he is. I know what kind of person he is and how smart he is. He's a smart guy that does everything the right way, and he's very powerful when it comes to putting his mind to something and making it grow. So, with the NBA PE now, what he's doing now, man, he deserves all this. He deserves everything he get because he worked for it, he grinded for it, and he got a lot of more things coming.
We're talking to Marreese Speights, NBA champion with the Golden State Warriors. How much NBA do you watch these days? Do you still follow it closely, or are you mostly involved with South Florida?
Man, honestly, coaching basketball is kind of like you be around it so much. I definitely tune into it, but it's not like I'm locked into it like that, though, honestly, just being true.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I definitely watch it. I definitely still stay tuned to it.
Hey, Mo, let me ask you about Draymond Green. We know he's doing fantastic on TV, and he'll let you know how he's feeling. But I'm sitting back thinking, I call him Joe Frazier because he's never been the biggest big, but he fights like Joe and chops them down like trees. Do you think your former teammate gets enough credit for what he does and what he's meant to this Warrior team, especially on the defensive end, going up against guys that are taller and way more half the time?
I think a lot of people don't give him credit now. They don't give him credit now because he's still playing, and they don't want to give it his flowers. And that's how this game goes. But the guy gonna be a Hall of Famer. The guy did things that nobody think he could do. So I give him credit. I tell people all the time about playing with him. Man, he's been a big his whole career, so he understands it. You know what I mean? He understands he always been behind the 8 ball when it comes to size.
Yeah.
But he maximized his ability to what he has.
Mo, this might be a tough one to answer, but I'm gonna ask you anyway. Why do you think you were such a fan favorite out here in the Bay Area?
And I just think when I got on the court, I played with a lot of passion. I made sure the fans knew that I cared every time I got an opportunity. And then just the timing of everything. You know, timing of everything sometimes to get guys in better situations. Being part of it, especially being inside of the community, I was able to be seen a lot. So a lot of that comes with it. You know, coming off the bench, you don't really have to do nothing great to get love, because coming off the bench is just a big spark for a team. So you come off the bench and give them a spark, playing hard, taking charges, hitting timely buckets, like stuff like that.
Man,
kind of got people, you know what I mean? Kind of got people on. So that's what I think.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Hey, Mo, I don't want to put you on the spot, but if I were to ask you, hey, Mo Speights, what was your favorite moment as a Golden State Warrior? What comes to mind?
Man, it's a couple. I'm going to give you two. Just winning the championship, and then the next year experiencing breaking the record at home against the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
So, of course, like the parade and all that stuff, but like that Memphis game, winning that Oracle, that was an amazing time.
I think a lot of Warrior fans also remember you before you got to the Warriors. You seemed to always play well against them, especially when you were with the Clips.
Nah, it's crazy because it's a true story. When I used to come out to the Bay on a different team, I used to be like, yo, how do people live out here and play for the Warriors? You know what I mean? Because I'm like, it's always gloomy. We came there on the wrong time. And then when I got there, I was like, yo, this place is amazing. I wish I was to my whole career, but I always knew they would always play up and down. They always had bigs who kind of was on my same kind of level. So I kind of wanted to prove that I was better than them.
Gotcha.
Well, me and my partner and I are old school, right? I'm a 70s baby, so I remember when the game, when it comes to bigs, was in the post, and there's too many threes for me now, Mo. But you have in the academy, these young kids in high school and junior high, if you got a young big, are you just telling, boy, you better forget the post, you need to shoot? How are you teaching or instructing these bigs of the future?
So honestly, for me, like I came in the league in 2008. So when I got in the league, he still was playing two bigs. So I kind of give him a little bit of both, honestly. I give him a little bit of both. But you got to get the foundation down first. The foundation is learning how to finish around the goals, learning how to shoot hook shots, learning how to shoot a lot of shots in the paint. And then we'll get to shooting trail threes, corner threes. You're not shooting all the different kind of threes. You're shooting public threes and corner threes. So those more like the so-called easier threes. So that's how I kind of do it. I kind of stay with the foundation, teaching those guys how to finish around the paint, different finishing, and then we'll go to the three-point line.
Last one, Mo. Draymond Green talked about being a future coach, maybe of the Warriors. How do you think he'd be as a coach, Draymond?
He's going to be good. He's going to be really good. He's smart, man. That guy is smart. He's going to be really good at it. Just going to have a lot of people around him who are going to control him.
No, appreciate it. Marreese, thank you so much for joining us, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Just want to let you know, everybody thinks very fondly of you out here in the Bay. Good luck to you, and thanks so much for joining us.
There.
Cool.
I'm gonna be out there this weekend and for Tuesday, so I'm excited to come back out there.
Oh,
there it is.
For Andre's retirement.
Yep, and the reunion on Tuesday. Tuesday game.
Cool.
Look at
Mo.
Great.
We look
see
forward
you
to
then.
seeing you, man.
Yeah.
Travel safe.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. That's Marreese Speights.